Hey guys, it's Keish here. It's been a while. Welcome back. So, I've been in like a crazy slump. And that being said, I've had a hard time just posting videos. It's a full review of everything I read this month and how it went. The first book on my list is The Caretaker. This one is by Marcus Cleo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But we have Macy, who is 20 years old, and she's taking care of her younger sister, and she is struggling. And, well, she took on this job, right? And it is very isolated where she's taking, like, this position at, and it's taking place in Oregon. So when she gets there, they're informing her of, like, what it is that she's going to be doing. And they tell her that there's this list called rights that she has to follow. As Macy's days go on in the home, weird things are happening, and she's conflicted, and she's wondering if these rights are literally protecting something, and that there's more happening and behind the scenes than she was actually told about, and realizing that this wasn't like a normal job whatsoever. For me, I think this was a good book. This is my first book from this author, and I do think, in my opinion, this was a 3.5 for me. Our next book is Carrie by Stephen King. This was actually my advent calendar book for the month. And this one was a 4 for me. This was actually the third movie. When it came to movies, this was my third one when it came to Stephen King. My first one being It. I was like really small. Then Pet Sematary, and then Carrie. So that was my experience with it. Here we have Carrie, who is very awkward due to like her mother and like her mother's beliefs and all that structure that she grew up with, and she's an easy target for bullies. But something happens, and here we have Susan, who feels really guilty about what happened and decides, you know what? She tells her boyfriend that he should take Carrie to their dance. Well, I feel like if Susan had not felt guilty the way she had, maybe events would not have happened the way they did, and things would have happened down the line, but not during school, right? This was for it. The next book in line is All the Lies by Rena Kent. Here we have Raina and Asher, and they're in that very like hate relationship because Raina wakes up with complete amnesia from a coma and finds out that this man is her husband. Well, guess what? This man is horrible to her, right? And yeah, and she cannot piece together what people are saying to come find out what they're thinking is not actually what happened and what's actually going on. It does end on a cliffhanger because this is part of a duet, and this goes with all the truths. So I will be continuing the series to find out what it is that happened next. This one for me was unfortunately 3.5. I wanted to give it rated higher, but that's all I got. This next one in line, it is Chef's Kiss. I loved it, and I will continue the series. This one is The Dawn of the Cursed Queen, and it's the third book in the Gods and Monsters series by Amber B. Nicole. I love this book. This is a 4.5 for me. I feel like it was a slower pace. We do see more of Diana and Liam's relationship, and also like Liam trying to regain like what he lost basically, and Diana coming, to reality with what she is turning into and what is happening to her, all due to the sacrifices that were being made, right? And there is a lot going on with our back characters, which is very important. I think the action is there, but not as crazy, but it is slower pace, and I still find it to be good. The spice, early on in the book, it's there. You guys know that the spice really is not my main thing. I do like a plot, but the spice does start earlier. Now these two books, Another Duet, I really like them. I feel like my opinion of them could bother some people, but so be it. This is my opinion, right? So the first one is If He Had Been With Me, and then the second one is If Only I Had Told Her. Both of them are by the author Laura Nolan. So first and second. Let's start with the first. The first was a 4 for me. Here is Autumn's point of view, and basically Autumn and Finney have been friends since they were born, really, because their moms, which they call the mothers, were really close friends and went through all of it together. And basically they grew into that. They started changing in middle school. They both had assumptions that were incorrect, and it leaked into their high school lives where they just like didn't talk as often, but things were like moving in that direction. And unfortunately, it wasn't long before things took a wrong turn and we lose one of our characters. This one was a 4 for me. Now, this one, If Only I Had Told Her, was a 5 for me. I understand people saying the first one, like, they felt heartbroken and, like, they couldn't watch the second one, where, like, I felt sad with the first one, but with the second one, I was devastated. I was, like, torn apart because we hear Finney's side, and it's still really difficult to read. And knowing what we know, hearing his side was more difficult, but also we hear more from Autumn and Jack, who, like, you find out is one of his best friends, right? So this one was a 5 for me. And I do like that in the author's note, we see why Autumn's emotion to her characters being cut off made more sense. If you read the book and the author's note, you will understand. Now the last book is actually Echoes. And this one is by Steph Maka. This is the second book in the Dance My Demon series. I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait to read the third. I look forward to it. This was great. And that's all I got. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I cannot say that I did not, because I enjoyed it. So, this one's a 5. For me, it was a 5. Basically, it picks up exactly where it left off. And without giving much spoilers, there is experiments going on and just like boundaries being tested, new people being introduced, people being cut off, and like additional relationships actually taking place, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, we see our main character returning and a person or two being cut off. So, yeah, and like love being stronger, and then people hating each other, and then loving each other, and then more people loving each other. And I swear that more had like fairy dust or something in it. So that is my opinion of it. Now, that being said, that is the end of all my books for this month when it comes to fiction. Now, when it comes to nonfiction, we have Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. So, this was an amazing book. I'm reading it because of 75 Hard, and I enjoyed it. And honestly, he is such like a mentally strong man, physically as well, but mentally strong, and he is with no bullshit. Like, he does not bullshit. So, if you want to read a nonfiction book that is actually worth some time, pick it up. Try the challenges and like see what other people are saying about it. But this one was a 5 for me. So those are all the books that I read this month. Did it take me a minute? It took me a minute. Did I put one down, pick one up, put one down, pick one up? I did. It happened. So that is all the books on my list, and I could not be happier with the selections that I made for this month. For next month, I'll be picking other books, and I'm actually pretty excited to see like what happens. So I'm going to leave this video here, and I will see you guys on Thursday for a book review. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Bye.